All right. So in The Crucible, you see in Act One those girls getting themselves out of trouble by blaming other people, by scapegoating other people. And that is the essence of a witch hunt. The essence of a witch hunt is that something is blamed, and it is blamed because people are scared. So what you need to have a witch hunt is you first of all need to have a real problem, some sort of real problem in society. So, I mean, it could be any problem. It could be poverty in America. It could be gun violence in America. It could be, abortion in America. It could be homelessness in America. It could be, anything, any major problem in America. And it's got to be a problem. Coronavirus in America would be a really, really good, thing as well. So people get scared. So you have a real problem and people get scared. Okay, joblessness in America, any problem. Okay, and this could be in any country. It could be climate change in the world. Any problem. It could be America, it could be the state, it could be the world, it could be the high school, right? So you have a real problem. And then you have people. You have to have a lot of people who get scared, and that's mass hysteria. Okay, and it doesn't mean hysteria like they're running in the streets like screaming. It just means that they're scared. So you have a real problem, people get scared, and then they look for someone to blame, which is called scapegoating. Now, sometimes the thing that they're blaming might be part of the problem, right? But the story is usually a lot larger. So for instance, in America, I think we can all agree that we have a gun violence problem. Now, a lot of you are going to have different views on that. Some of you are big gun advocates. You love guns. You hunt. Your family has always had guns. You've had a gun since you were 4. Awesome. Some of you don't like guns. You think there should be gun control, whatever. I'm not trying to get into the argument. I'm just saying that guns themselves are a tiny piece of this problem. So to say gun control would totally fix gun violence in America would be scapegoating guns. Because the problem is much, much bigger. We have a mental health problem. We have an economic problem. We have, all sorts of problems, a crime problem. So that would be an idea of scapegoating. Scapegoating in America could say, we have a problem with joblessness, and, Americans can't get jobs, and that must be because people from other countries are taking jobs from Americans. Well, that might be one small piece of the puzzle, but that is still scapegoating. You're picking a group of people to blame. Why do we do it? Because blaming people is not very nice, right? And you guys have been scapegoated. I promise you have, because you're teenagers. And when you go into a store, people are sort of profiling you, and they're thinking you're going to steal something just because you're young, right? And if you happen to be male, it's even worse. And if you happen to be a person of color, it's probably even worse, right? And you're kind of getting scapegoated. You also hear teenagers blamed for everything, right? Like you just all the time, people will be like, well, you know how teenagers are. I am not a boomer, but I'm a Gen Xer, and, I hear people, bashing on people my age for how we are. And the problems in America, you might want to blame the boomers, but that's a small piece of the puzzle. And so the whole idea of scapegoating as far as modern day witch hunts is that in a modern day witch hunt, okay, there's a real problem, but it's a lot more complex than the easy answers want us to think. And so what I would say as you think about modern day witch hunts is that whenever you hear someone blaming something for something and saying it's all, Biden's fault, or it's all Trump's fault, or it's all the conservatives, or it's all the, the liberals, or it's all the, it's all the religious people, or it's all the not religious people, then you need to probably say, is that really the only issue? Or are there a whole lot of issues going on? And that's why the Crucible is so important. It shows you how groupthink, and groupthink is when you think just like a group, and you don't, that makes you feel like you're not responsible. Groupthink can be really, really dangerous. I think it's a dangerous thing because it takes away your personal responsibility. It's a hard world we live in. It's a lot easier just to say it's all so-and-so's fault. This is the whole thing, and if this went away, it would be fine, than it is to acknowledge how complicated issues often are. But we want to be thinkers in this world. And so that's what modern day witch hunts are. So as we're reading The Crucible, remember, I'm not just reading this because it's literary and, oh, everyone should read The Crucible. I do think it's pretty awesome. I love it. And I am really excited about reading Act 2 today because I think it's awesome. But we're reading it because we do this today. And I want you, when you're watching the news, to be able to say, hey, listen to that. That sounds a little bit like a modern day witch hunt to me. The issue's probably a little bit more complicated. And so that is how The Crucible really applies to life today. If you have any questions about modern day witch hunts or anything like that, we'll be working with them more in week 3. But feel free to email me. I love to talk about this. So feel free to schedule a Google Meet and we can chat some more about modern day witch hunts. It'd be awesome. Have a good one.